one. So before we share anything out loud, I want you to write down a few ideas of what I think I know about Martin Luther King Jr. What do you think you know? Go ahead and write at least one. I think we can all have at least one about Martin Luther King Jr. Whether that's what he is, what he did, why he was important,
I forgot that song that you wrote.
who he was.
Sing.
I'm going to give you 2 minutes. When you're done, put your pencil down so I
What
know.
was that one thing that he wrote?
I want to know what you know. Okay. We have a minute left. He did not die on that day.
Oh, I don't know who your birthday is. I know it's in April.
Turner. I have one person showing me they're ready. 2, 3, 4. All right, got about 10 seconds. All right, perfect. Okay, I accidentally printed off the KWL chart twice. So just skip the second one and go to the reading, please. All about Martin Luther King Jr. So what we're going to do, you're going to read 2 sentences, and then the next person's going to read. So we're just going to go down the line, all right? Who wants to start?
I will.
All right, go ahead.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a great American hero. He lived during a time when unfair laws
Segregated?
segregated African Americans from white people. However, he believed that all people should have equal rights. Martin led many peaceful protests all over the country.
In 1963, he helped lead a march of over 250,000 people. It was called the March to Washington. There, Martin gave a famous speech called I Have a Dream.
This important speech helped change the unfair treatment of people all across the country. Sadly, not everyone agreed with Martin.
He was shot by James Earl Ray in 1968. We remember Martin Luther King Jr. every January as we celebrate MLK Day.
Awesome reading. All right, go to the next page to understand it, please. I want you to think first on number 1. How did Martin Luther King Jr. change the world? Think first. What did we read? I'm going to have you turn around and partner with the girls. I want you to pair up. Share what you're thinking on number 1. You guys can use your normal voices if you want. Okay, go ahead and go back to your spot. What did we share with our partner? Who wants to share? Go ahead, sir.
He gave African American rights.
He gave African Americans rights. Okay?
He wrote that story, I Had a Dream.
Okay, so he gave the I Have a Dream speech. All right? Okay, so those are both correct. So how did Martin Luther King Jr. change the world? Okay, you could say he changed it by helping African Americans get equal rights, or he gave the I Have a Dream speech. Go ahead and write that. Or if you have another idea, go ahead. There's lots of answers for these. I love how we're using complete sentences. Oh, gotcha. I just wanted it right with those words. All right, number 2. What did Martin Luther King Jr. believe in? Think first. Pair up. Share with your partner.
Getting rid of slavery.
What did he believe in? Okay. You guys can use normal voices. Why?
Secret.
All right, back to me in 2, 1. Okay. Brecken, what did you share? What did Martin Luther King
He
Jr.
gave
believe in?
equal. He gave to give equal rights.
To give equal rights. Did anyone say anything else?
That he wanted freedom.
He wanted everyone to have freedom. Great, go ahead and write that. Whichever one, maybe you choose both. All right, last question. Why do you think people might have disagreed with him and his beliefs? Share with your partner or partners.
Because they think that slaves should be.
Rights.
Why do you think people might have disagreed with him?
So who were some people that disagreed?
It was equal rights.
White people.
Because he wanted to stand top of white people.
Yeah, they thought they were more important.
Yeah, so they wouldn't say
They had to be
exactly. Because they wouldn't say. Yeah, I'm still.
All right, back to me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, what do we think? Why did some people disagree with him?
Because they thought slavery was right for them.
Okay. Aiden?
Because the white people thought they were better than the African American people.
Yeah, white people thought that they were better than African American people. What else? Yes, sir.
White people were in charge of African Americans.
Okay, the white people felt that they were superior to them.
So they wanted slavery for themselves.
Okay.
The, white people thought that black people were like disgusting and not. That's why they had.
Disability.
Yeah, that's why they had segregation.
Okay, so the main reason why people might have disagreed with him and his beliefs was because white people thought they were better than them.
Yeah.
Okay, your guys' answers were correct too. You can put your own. You can show me you're ready by putting what I have on the board on your desk. You changed. Wrong way. There you go. All right, I have 2 people showing it already. 3. Alright, I'm gonna give about 10 more seconds, then we're gonna move on. You just gotta flip it over. Just flip it over. There you go. Okay. After we read about Martin Luther King Jr., there are some things that we should know about him now. So you are only going to fill in one bubble with a fact, just one. Put your pencil down when you have it filled in. If you need to, you can look back at her, at the story we read. It doesn't have to be a sentence, it could just be a thought. Okay, listen carefully. We are going to do a give one, get one. Okay? So you're going to be filling in this second bubble with a fact that is different than the one that you already have. Alright, you're going to pair up. There's going to be a group of 3 and that's okay. You cannot give the person next, you cannot do it with the person next to you. Okay? Give one. If it's different, write it down. If it's not different, you're going to have to find somebody else in the class. So then it might be someone you're sitting next to since there's only 5 of you. Alright, so you're only getting one more. How many facts are you getting?
One more.
Alright, go. I like how you all huddle in one spot. You can show me that you got your second fact that is different from the first one by sitting in your spot. Alright, we are going to watch a video. Your job during this video is to fill in 2 more bubbles, which means you're going to have 1 left. At the end, you're going to get one from somebody else again. Okay, so you're going to fill in 2 more facts. How many?
2.
2. Any questions on what your job is? Yes, sir.
If we know one already, can we already put it in, fill it in, from, even though it's not from the video?
Sure. As long as you know it's true. Okay.
Funny to think about because I don't know his name so well. But at one time, he was just a kid. Like maybe you're a kid watching this. Well, he was a kid too. Or maybe you're a grown up. That's okay too. All kids are welcome here. I don't discriminate. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course. But things were all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody. And I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday. But they didn't do that. People looked at the color of your skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make him feel good. That didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love too. But still, he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things. So he did stuff. He decided instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them. He walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. Sometimes it didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were hard, but he kept going. Love does that, it just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like this part of the story, but